FC Talk Show TV. It is your boy MK the Don watching live here. We're going to get straight into it, people. I am running it on my own today. My co-host with the most has done a vanishing act. He will be joining me shortly. But first, we're going to get some special guests. First, I'm going to introduce the Spurs man. He calls himself the Arsenal Slayer, but he hasn't slayed me yet. Deji, my boy, how are you?
Yes, my bro. Yes. Look, it's a pleasure to be back on the show. I think the last time we chopped it up. Do you know what I mean, mate? So it's finally good to be on the show. Actually, when Spurs gets a decent result and Arsenal don't get a decent one.
You know what? I'm very happy that you guys won. I never thought I'd say that, but I was very delighted with your victory.
Well, I
just want to start by saying thank you, Harry Kane.
Well, first time in history that I saw there were more Arsenal Spurs fans on the weekend. So much for the rivalry. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But let me quickly get our good friend who's making his first appearance on the show. Man like Ollie, man like DJ Sinclair, my brother. How you doing?
Yes, big up. I'm good.
Pleasure to have you here, mate.
Yeah, good to make my debut as well. Thanks, Samuel.
Oh, brilliant. A pleasure to have you. Right, so let me try and get this right. Oh, bloody hell. This is going to cause me nightmares, mate. Hold on, right. So we're going to do a review on Everton first. Hold on. Let's just put a load of random numbers in my screen. Everton versus Arsenal. Bloody hell. This is taking so much longer. I don't know whether this will work. All right, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to quickly do... we're not even going to bother with this, lads. We're just going to have to do it remotely today. Right, so Everton versus Arsenal. It seems like a while back now, but it still hurts.
It's still fresh in my mind. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I can tell it's fresh in your mind, Deji. I know you've been waiting for this moment for us to lose. So we're gonna obviously go to Deji first, because I know he cannot wait to do this. He's been teasing all my fellow Gooners all week. I had to get him on.
What's happened?
Well, no, mate.
Apologies there. Apologies.
Yeah, I'm about to say his mate's going to rob me of the opportunity to do my thing with him. You know, I've been waiting for not just a week, but I've been waiting a few months actually for this opportunity with MK the Don. So
yeah, I'm back. I just had to quickly end the call. My son's calling me from downstairs. So my son's with my mum and my dad at the moment, and he's actually giving them. They obviously gave him their phone, and he's calling me. So you have to bear with me with that. But yeah, sorry about that, bro. Right, Deji, man. I know you've been dying to speak on this. I know you've been getting. I see you've been getting fellow Gooners of mine on, and like it's been hurting me. I've been commenting on all your stuff, bro. What were your initial thoughts, first of all?
Yeah, bro.
Man, Arsenal.
The first thing, mate, is welcome. Do you know what I mean? Welcome to you and the fellow Arsenal fans, because it was about time that you guys got brought down back to earth. Because let's be real, you know, one of the things I know, Mason, rubs you up the wrong way, but I've been saying for months that it's been a freakish season in the way, like everything that could go in Arsenal's favour is going in Arsenal's favour. But I said last week that the Sean Dyche effect. I actually rate Sean Dyche as a manager, and I think for once, I think Everton's got it right. I think all this Ancelotti and all these other people, it was a bit too continental. It was a bit too fluffy. What they needed was some homegrown who can come in, a bit of bish bash bosh, who can organise the defence and sort it out. So I mentioned to a load of Gooners last week, it's Sean Dyche, and it's also the kind of new manager bounce. I was completely dismissed by the Arsenal faithful. And I was even kind. I actually went as far as to say I could see it being a draw. That's how much I rate Arsenal, and that's how much I rate the season. But, you know, Arsenal, they let us down, didn't they? It was a little bit of a... I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say it was a complete bottle job. But it was a bottle job.
It was. Deji, you're being too kind, man. You're being too kind.
You know, when you look at the first half, if Everton was 3 or 4-0 up, you wouldn't begrudge them. And that's just the truth. Now, you got to remember, new manager bounce, the Sean Dyche effect. He's only been there for bloody a week. So as much as you want to say what you want, he ain't been there long enough to have that much of an impact. And for you guys to get ripped up and slapped up the way that you did, I'm not going to lie, Mace, it was cause for concern. Do you know what I mean? I've come on record to say I think Arsenal's going to win the league. I still do. But boy, do you guys look shaky. Do you know what I mean? You really, really look shaky. And I hope for your sake, mate, and for all our fellow Arsenal supporters, that was just a seasonal flu. Let's hope
everyone has a blip. This is the thing. Everyone has a blip in the season. Ollie, we're going to come on to you in a sec, mate. Everyone has a blip. And this is the thing. Like, we haven't had our blip. We've lost against Man United. We've drew a couple of games here and there. But now this is where we need to bounce back. After we lost to United away from home, we bounced back. So it's going to be a real test for our mentalness, really, depending on how strong the team is. Because if we lose against Brentford, then I will start thinking, right, okay, well, we've got City next. And then if I'm telling you now, if we don't beat City at home, we are not winning this league. We have to win that game. No drawing. No drawing, no excuses. We have to beat them at the Emirates. We have to. Otherwise, Deji, I'm telling you now, Ollie, I'm saying this as well. We ain't winning no league. If we don't beat City at the Emirates, we ain't winning no league. No matter how many points they drop, no matter how many points we get, we won't win it. Because we'll come on to City being 100 accusees of their transfer business, etc. We'll come on to that. But Ollie, man, what was your first initial thoughts on the Everton game, bro?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Obviously, I did predict a 2-0 Arsenal. I was quite confident going into this game, But yeah, Sean Dyche got it right. I didn't really think that he would join them. I thought Sam Allardyce would be right for the job, but I think that's proved me wrong. I think Sean Dyche's done well. Look, this is just one loss, though. We can bounce back from this against Brentford. I'm once again, every game, I'm confident, even if it's Man City. And yeah, like you said there, the game at the Emirates is a must-win against Man City because we're definitely going to lose the Etihad and we'll drop 6 points there. So that's 6 points lost. So I think if we win this game, we could afford to lose Etihad. So we need to win this game.
Sorry, my son keeps on trying to call me. Carry on.
Yeah, we need to win that game. And I think we need to bounce back against Brentford. Obviously, it was only 1-0 and it's our last two results that we've lost have been 1-0. So at least we haven't been battered by, City and Everton. But it was our away. We have our 2 losses and our 3rd loss in the Cup are all away. But apart from the Brighton loss, but yeah, I mean, good start for Sean Dyche, giving him confidence going on. I think he'll definitely keep Everton up now. Beating Arsenal, they'll definitely beat a load of other teams. But no, I'm a bit disappointed. Obviously, the goal was good. Good to see Jorginho come on, but he didn't really do much. Trossard came on as well. Would have been nice to see him start. I would have liked to see our new centre back. Maybe we could possibly start him in the Europa League, maybe, but I do want to see him in action.
Yeah, I think he's going to be more Europa League sort of player.
Yeah,
rotation, which we needed.
Europa League and Carabao Cup, and also your pre-season friendlies.
Yeah, it'll be. Don't you mean just Europa League and then pre-season
Carabao Cup? We're not in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking, I'm not being funny. I mean, a lot of you Arsenal fans. The one thing that does, and Mace, I'm not here to, I think those days between us have gone. But one of the things I do find quite astonishing with Arsenal fans is you could be linked with bloody Mr. Blobby, and you'd go.
Hold on a minute, Deji. Sorry, mate. I'm just going to have to interrupt you because we have got another special guest. Obviously, Ollie was not mentioned tonight on the Instagram. Neither is the man, the myth, the legend himself. I'm just adding him right now. Mr. Manny.
Yes.
Manny, man, how are you doing?
Good, son. Good. Good to see Jolly Ollie as well, looking a lot jollier than the last time around.
Yep.
And of course, we've got the Arsenal Slayer in the building tonight, but he comes in peace. No, I think it looks to me as though he's buried the hatchet. Deji, good to see you. How are you, brother?
Good to see you. Yeah, I'm good, my brother. Good to see you. Obviously, it's nice to come on the show when Spurs get a win and the nearest and dearest get an L. So so I'm in a great mood tonight for sure.
Yeah, it's not often, Deji, that I'm sure it's not too often that you'd hear of Arsenal fans coming to thank you for your help, and you certainly proved You certainly proved that for all of Guardiola's supposed mastery, he's an absolute flop when it comes to playing at the Tottenham Stadium, eh?
Well, the thing is, mate, and you know, when I make certain statements, I do look at the chat, and a lot of people look at me and they laugh. And I think over time, people have started to come and respect some of the things I said. I said about a few weeks back that in the Champions League, mate, we might even have had this combo where I said, if Tottenham get through AC Milan, I would want City in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, because people ask me, why are you so confident about winning it? And I was like, well, if it goes in this order, then it could actually work. And I think the 2 games Spurs have played at City has kind of proved what I've been saying. We are City's bogey team. I don't know why, but Pep has got a mental block with Spurs. Even when we lost 4-2, let's be real, it was because Spurs rolled over, not that City did anything particularly special. And then they've come to our stadium and they haven't done anything special, and we didn't really do anything special, but we beat them. And that's the beauty of the English game. That's the beauty of our game. There are some matches you can't explain, and Spurs City is one of them.
Yeah, definitely. Manny, we're going to quickly get your views on the Everton game. Obviously, it was a horrible day in the office for us. What was your thoughts, bro? Because Deji's obviously loving life, seeing us lose, but then doing us a favour as well. So
yeah. I mean, like, you know, Sophie's choice, really. If it was Sophie's choice, it would have been a shorter film. But as for us, a horrible day in the office doesn't even begin to describe that. The worst part is, I remember hosting Del Boy's podcast because Del couldn't make it that day. And I was talking with a couple of the guests about the run-in that we had, given that we're not going to have European football until March because we've missed out. Because we don't have to play the playoffs. Thank goodness for topping the group.
Yeah.
We huffed and puffed to do that. But it was basically the league run-in that was key. And I think someone predicted that we'd have a banana skin in the 5 games that we'd have. Everton away, Brentford home, City home, Villa away, and Leicester away at the King Power Stadium. Now, I wasn't expecting Everton to be a banana skin, mind you, because I knew that Dyche would be coming in. And of course, there would be that sort of a new manager bounce. And the worst part about Dyche is that he has a sickeningly good record against the Arsenal. I mean, I wouldn't say good per se, but it's sort of an Indian sign where he doesn't get beaten. He doesn't allow us to win. Played 5, won 1, drawn 3, and lost 1 in the 5 matches between Dyche and Arteta. So Dyche has this ability to, you know, stick it up us, if you will, and prevent us from playing our game. And for me, the reason why I was confident predicting a 2-goal margin win like Ollie, except I was hoping that we'd score 3, is because Everton would have been the type of team who, as the game went on, would have tied a little bit, and maybe given our experience and our ability, especially with Trossard coming off the bench and a few others, we could have found a way to get it past them, and we did create a few more than our fair share of chances. The problem was they won that game in the first half and just around about that time when the goal was scored, because they literally beat us at our own game. They never allowed us to dominate. And one incident, there was some dilly-dallying on the ball between Ben White and Martin Odegaard. Onana swooped right in and took the ball and ran down the left and made a beautiful pass into the penalty area. And if Dominic Calvert-Lewin had timed his run a millisecond better, it would have been Everton 1, Arsenal 0 at that stage in the first half. And I was thinking about Paul Gascoigne against Germany in the Euros in 1996, how he was mere centimetres away from sending England to the European Championship final. That would have been absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful script that would have been. Calvert-Lewin's miss was something similar. And Calvert-Lewin had a really fine game before he had to be brought off in favour of our nemesis, Neil Maupay. The less said about him, the better. But yeah, listen, it was a game where basically, we were outwitted and outthought and beaten in our own game. And the challenge now will be to try to prevent the same thing happening, because as a lot of people have said, now there seems to be a bit of a blueprint to try and challenge Arsenal and prevent us from gaining the ascendancy. Because if we're prevented from playing our natural game, because the midfield is a bit too quick for us and too strong for us, then we're going to be in some trouble. And especially if Partey and Odegaard aren't able to get into the game, and Xhaka isn't able to exert any kind of influence, then we're in trouble. And games are won and lost in the midfield. So what's going to happen with Brentford is that we're going to have to make sure that we roll our socks up. If Partey isn't 100% fit, I want to see Jorginho come in. I get that people are saying that he might be a little bit slow, but at least with his experience, he should be able to deal with
slow.
Yeah, he might. But at least with his experience, he can at least help dictate the play.
I'm faster than Jorginho walking. I'm just saying.
Okay. Point taken. I take it we didn't quite have the best of transfer windows, but it is what it is. So we're going to have to find a way to nullify that midfield, and I do predict that Damsgaard might get to play, and certainly if it means coming up against Mbuemo and Tony and company, we could be up a gum tree if we're not careful.
Can I just chime in quick, Mace? Just quickly,
Yeah.
because Manny talked about it, and I've wanted to get your opinion because I think your transfer window was absolutely disappointing. To say the truth, I think you guys had an opportunity. You're top of the league. You're 5 points clear, and January transfer window for me is a statement of intent. Last season we saw Tottenham bring in Kulusevski, Bentancur, and we went on a run. And really what you wanted is to bring in players that would cement or kind of complement what you guys have already been doing. Because
then Chelsea Football Club came along.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm hearing Arsenal fans pretending to be wax lyrical about your signings. Look, let's be real. The geezer that you bought at the back, whose name I can't pronounce, is from a team called... He's from a team called Spezia. Yeah, and there's something Spezia. All right. So that's enough said about him. Then you brought in...
Have you seen him play, Dej?
Bruv, have you seen
He
Syria?
played in the World Cup, didn't he?
He played in the World Cup, bro.
Yeah.
Bruv, have you seen Spezia play football?
Who? Spence?
Spezia. Yeah, you can call him Spencer. Let's call him Spencer. Yeah,
no, I mean your Spence. Has he played football yet?
They're worse than Stoke. So this fella is going to come in and do what? I don't know. Then you brought in Jorginho with no legs. Like I said earlier, I can walk faster than this geezer. And then you've got Trossard, who I think...
That's a good sign.
I mean, I've heard Arsenal fans come out and chat shit that they think Trossard might be better than Martinelli. What? No.
Right. Okay.
The
Arsenal fans who say that.
The Arsenal fans are saying Trossard is better than Martinelli.
I'll tell you this for 100 right now. Deji, I can tell you this for 100. Trossard is coming in as someone who we can get off the bench.
Yeah.
Same as Jorginho, same as that other geezer, right? Who you can't pronounce the name of, yeah? Right?
He's from a team called Spencer.
From the team called Spencer, right? So we're bringing in people because look at our bench before the January transfer window happened. We were having Sambi Lokonga on there, who, don't get me wrong, he's young, and I think he needs to improve. Otherwise, he needs to be gone. Hopefully, PV, my legend, will sort him out and give him the blessing he needs. Marquinhos, good player, young, again. We needed to offload him on loan so he can go get some experience with Norwich and go get game time and go get some goals in the Championship. So, with the Jorginho signing, I understand why we got Jorginho in. It wasn't our first target. It wasn't even a plan to get him in. What happened, right, Deji? And this is what a lot of Arsenal fans will know because obviously we watch the club, we see the club, we know what's going on with the club. Mohamed El Neni, right? Rotation player for us, yeah? Mohamed El sideways, I call him, because all he does is pass to the side. Okay? That's me. That's me in my nicest comment. He's a good player. Like, don't get me wrong, he does a job. But that's all we need him for, to do the job if Partey ain't there. Right? So he's injured out long time now, right? For the rest of the season. We needed someone who can just go into that rotation play and just go, if Partey ain't there, then you can just go and sit in there and do that job. Jorginho is on an 18-month contract. This is why I think it's going to be okay with him, right? 18-month contract with a year to extend if the club wants to, right? The reason why I'm saying it's good that it's 18 months, not years, 18-month contract, right? And the reason why I'm saying...
Oh. Is he calling you?
Lodge
again?
FaceTimes me again. So because that right, so because he's on an 18-month contract, it means that if he's rubbish like Willian, who we signed on a 4-year deal or 3-year deal on 200K a week or whatever, and the same with Aubameyang, the same with Mesut, who we signed on long-term deals and they just didn't work out. If it doesn't work out, we can go, all right, then, thank you very much. See you later.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I'm flipping calling.
Just my he's just tell him to stop.
Right, hold on a minute. But yeah, so he's obviously coming in. So if we don't end up getting him, if he doesn't work out, we can get rid of him. The reason why I'm saying it is Jorginho is not as good as Partey, let's be real, but he's got that experience. He's got medals. He's got the Champions League experience, the Premier League experience. Obviously, he hasn't won it. Hopefully, we can add that to his collection. But who knows? But the thing is, he's actually a decent signing for us from what we needed. Mo got injured, long-term injury. We needed a quick replacement. So in the summer, because you're never going to get the best, like the players you really want in Jan, unless you're Chelsea just flinging money at you. You know what I mean? Unless you're Chelsea just flinging it, then you're not going to get those players in January. You know? Declan Rice is our #1 target for the summer, may I just add. So Dex is going to come in and he will do what Jorginho will do. Apart from he will start. Jorginho won't. He'll still be on that bench because I reckon Partey is coming to the end of his Arsenal career. I ain't gonna lie.
Already, he's only just started.
It's coming. I think honestly, Partey is coming to the end. Mikel likes this young.
Few more seasons, I think.
Squad.
Few more.
I think Partey's around 30.
No, I think he's at 28.
Is he?
I think so. Let me research.
Oh, if he's 28, then he's probably got another couple of years left.
In the Premier League, Partey's 28, but he's really 42.
He's 29. He's 29. He's 29.
He's 29. So I reckon he's next season and that's it. You know what I mean? After next season, that's it done.
Yeah.
But it's like,
1 or 2 more seasons.
We've signed. The reason why I gave it a 6, Deji, is not because it's a fantastic transfer window, because I don't even think it was. Okay. But the reason why I said 6 is because we have got players who we need in those positions. Trossard can rotate with Martinelli. Come on, make an impact like he did when he come on against Man City. He almost made an impact like straight away. He done well. He done okay. You know, he had a couple of chances in the FA Cup game. Yeah. Like, I want to see more of him. I think we should start him Saturday against Brentford. I think he should start.
Ahead of who?
Ahead of Martinelli, because Martinelli needs a break, man. Martinelli needs a rest. You know what? Everton were lucky because we were really over the right-hand side. Martinelli weren't getting the opportunities he needed. So I felt well sorry for him. You know, but it's just the way it is. So I think that's a good signing. Jorginho, I think that's decent because we replaced him quick. So we replaced Mohamed. Mo got injured that morning or the day before, and then boom, we go out, transfer deadline day, get the job done, bring him in, boom, done. You know? So that's why I think good. Because I know the Cronkies, bro. I'm Cronky out every day of the week, right? And I know that until these men spend flipping loads of money, until they're bloody buying players who are fantastic and we're proper going for it, I will never, ever, ever want them in, right? I want them out. Get me Qatar people, Saudi Arabia money, anything. Just get me away from Stan Kroenke and that family, you know? Yeah. Because they're the ones who have got all us Arsenal fans turning on each other in the past. And now we're cool. Now we're back. They almost got away with the Super League. We threw up a riot. They started spending money. They need to keep doing that. This summer, they need to go out and get Dex. Even if it's going to be 120 mil, they need to go out and get him. I don't care. Money's not a problem for them. So they need to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether we will win the title with those 3 signings. But all I know is we're ahead of you lot. And we clapped you home and away this year, right? And the last time we clapped you home and away, we won the league.
Yeah. The only thing I would say to you, Mace, is that you better hope that your team does it. The only thing I will say is that I feel like in the last couple of weeks, it might just be because you guys are dizzy at the top, but you guys have definitely gotten soft. I'm here advocating for how you guys could be a better team. The 3 signings that you've made are not Arsenal type signings. You should be more ambitious. It's quite poor, to be honest. Jorginho, a guy who plays for Spencer FC, and Trossard. Trossard is he's having a good start to the season. Remember, the season hasn't even finished yet. He's had a good start. And if we're going to be judging players on their starts, then I might as well put my boots on, to be honest with you, because I reckon I could have at least 5 or 6 decent games and get a big contract, because if that's all it takes to get a big move nowadays, because I'm unconvinced by Trossard. And the fact that you're saying that he should start ahead of Martinelli. If Trossard
because Martinelli, hear me out there.
If Trossard starts ahead of Martinelli, you deserve to get slapped up and whacked up.
Just because the reason why I'm saying he should start ahead of Martinelli, right? And this is going to understand. Arsenal fans will understand this, right? Manny and Ollie will understand this. Martinelli has been run down this season. He has been from start to now. He has literally been non-stop. And since Jesus got injured, since we come back, he hasn't really had much because there's no support up there.
Yeah.
Zinchenko comes into the middle. No one's supporting Martinelli out wide, apart from when Jesus was in there. He used to do little 1-2s with Martinelli and that. That's how it rolled. So I reckon give Trossard a start at the weekend. Bring Martinelli on with about 35 minutes to go. See what he does. You know what I mean? Just give him that break. Give him a rest.
Exactly, Basin. And here's the thing. I mean, one of the things which we also mustn't forget is that prior to moving to us, he also was a part of the Brighton team that started well under Potter and then continued to do well under De Zerbi. And let's not forget, Trossard did actually have that terrific hat-trick against Liverpool at Anfield. I take the point that Liverpool have been absolutely awful this season, but again, as a winger, as a midfielder, as a striker, you get your opportunities to score, you take your opportunities, and it is clear that he is no Mykhailo Mudryk. And I'm not even going to going to try and elevate him to that level. But you have a bloke who obviously is Premiership proven. He is a full international with Belgium, and I believe he was involved with the World Cup, with the team at the World Cup. Yes, Belgium performed poorly and didn't go through, but I mean, he is still a part of the Belgian team that has been pretty much there or there among the top 2 teams in the world, even if at major tournaments they've flattered to deceive. Kiwior also was a part of that Polish team which did well at the World Cup, only to run straight into a Kylian Mbappe-inspired French team. So, the 3 of us take the point, Deji, that yes, the window should have been a little bit better, and those 3 signings weren't really ideal. We should have had a little bit more. But again, we might not have gotten what we wanted, but at least if you take a look at our bench strength before the transfer window, as Mason has rightly said, it's as if we're not where we want to be, but we're grateful that we're not where we used to be. And hopefully with these 3 signings contributing a little bit, we could, maintain our position. I actually believe that from what I saw of Trossard against Manchester City and against Everton when he came on, he was absolute quality. He added the dynamism. He, in fact, against Everton had a couple of chances, forcing Pickford into 1 or 2 saves. So does he get to start ahead of Martinelli? The jury might be out, but if Martinelli needs a rest, Trossard's a perfect replacement. That's pretty much the way it is.
I mean,
Leeds are being Man United.
Yeah.
Leeds are beating United. Right, boys. We will go into the next game. Obviously, Arsenal are playing Brentford at the weekend. I don't know who Spurs have got. Who have you got, Deji?
We're away to Leicester.
You're away to Leicester. So an easy 3 points for the Leicester Mighty Foxes. That's coming. Vardy to score first. Watch your way. No, I'm only joking, Deji. I reckon the top 4. Before we go into the Brentford game, lads, let's do a little prediction of the top 4 at the end of the season. So no particular order. I'll go first. This is no particular order. All right, Man City, Arsenal. I reckon United will get there. And I reckon Newcastle.
No, you're taking the piss, mate.
No, I'm joking. I think, to be honest, right, no particular order. This is my serious levels, right? I do think that it'll be Arsenal and Man City finish top four, like first or second, yeah. Then it'll be between. To be honest, I want Newcastle to get top four instead of Man United because them lot have been giving me so much stick recently since obviously we lost at Old Trafford. They were just giving it. And when we beat them at Emirates, they were saying, "Oh, Casemiro." I couldn't give a fuck. He's a dirty bastard. Not getting into that Crystal Palace thing where he, you know what I mean? That's horrible. Disgrace on you, Casemiro, man. Casemiro, who? I heard Madrid want you back, so maybe he'll fuck back off.
Mason, mate. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka against Burnley. Be very careful, yeah?
Yeah, that's old Xhaka. We sold him. We sold him for 50 pence and bought this new guy.
Yeah.
50 pence. Now that's taking the mickey.
Whoever Xhaka's become, he's definitely not the one we saw at Burnley, so we'll forget about that. But on a real, Casemiro definitely should be banned for 3 games, boys. Yep. But yeah, top 4 predictions. Manny, we'll start with you. No particular order. Who do you think is going to make the top 4?
Oh, well, here's the thing. I mean, I know you said that City, you predicted City would, finish first. But here's the thing.
No, this is no particular order.
Yeah, no. No particular order. Okay, so it will be for me no order then. Arsenal, Manchester City. And this is going to be difficult because quite a few of these teams are stuttering a little bit if we take a look carefully. But if we do take a look at the table, it is tight between Newcastle and Tottenham, and boy, it's hard to predict, mate.
It's really hard, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's too early to predict. It's way too
early.
Yeah.
But I just think that Newcastle's lack of real big game experience will be what costs them in the end, and they might finish outside the top 4. But look, finishing in the top 6 and reaching a cup final is not small potatoes by any means. But it'll be Arsenal, City, United, and Tottenham as my top 4.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ollie, what do you reckon?
I'm going to switch it. I'm going to do it in order. I want Arsenal to finish first. I'm predicting them to finish first. Second, I think Man City, unless there's some points deduction or something that's going to happen to them. I think United will finish third, and then Tottenham fourth. I think Newcastle will drop out a bit. They might finish 5th, 6th.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's still a great season, as Manny said. I think that's still a great season for Newcastle. Right, Deji, go on. Top 4 predictions.
Yeah, I've got Arsenal to win the league, unfortunately. It's a freakish year. When I look at Arsenal play on the pitch, I see 11 foxes reminiscent of the Leicester team.
Wait, you'd rather than win the Man City? You'd rather...
No, it's not that I rather. Mate, you know what it is? One reason why me and Mason get on is because I'm a realist. And I called it about 9 games in, and I said, do you know what? In the season that Leicester won the league, we were waiting every week for the wheels to fall off, and the wheels never came off. And I said in week 9, I went, could it be that Arsenal, I could be waiting for the wheels to fall off and it never comes off? I said it in 9 games in, and it's kind of transpired. So I feel like Liverpool are not performing, Chelsea aren't performing, Spurs aren't performing, City's stuttering. The only other team that's performing, but they've had a shitty start, is United, and Eric Ten Hag's first season, so it's not enough. So really, everything is in play for Arsenal to win the league and should win the league with the way that you guys have been playing football. Am I happy about it? No. Do I think that this is Arsenal turning the corner and starting to dominate the Premier League? No. But what it does do is it gives you banter, and it means you've won another Premiership trophy, undeservedly, I would say. So I think that it's a freakish season for Arsenal. You guys win. I think City finish second. I think United or Spurs finish third. In United or Spurs finish fourth.
Fantastic. Right, boys, we will wrap up soon, but we're going to quickly get on to the Brentford game. We're going to come to Spurs man first, because I love to hear what he has to say. First of all, what do you think that Arsenal and Brentford, what do you think it'll be? Do you think the score? you think it'll be tight? Do you think Arsenal will win, or do you think Brentford will have it over on us and Ivan Toney will come back and put a bet on Brentford to win and they'll win?
So every season, there's always a team that shock us. One season it was Leeds, another time it was Wolves. And I think it's fair to say there's been 2 surprise packages this season. Brighton and Brentford. Yeah, those are the 2 surprise packages. They've been playing good football, mate. And they're playing with a lot of confidence. One thing I like about Brentford, I think people don't really give them props. They have ballers.
They do, yeah.
These guys that they play pound for pound. I rate the manager because those guys play football. Any of those guys, I think, could play for a big 6. I rate Brentford and the work that he's doing that much. To be honest with you, I think it would be easy for me to see an Arsenal win. I actually see a 2-2 draw. I can't see your centre back stopping Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney.
We did it at their place though.
Yeah, we did do it there.
You did. But I think Brentford will love nothing more than to get a point at your ground. And the thing is, because you lost to Everton on the weekend, there's added pressure for the lads to try and get the win. And I think that added pressure with Brentford, they don't give a damn and are going to want to have a crack at it. It could be a recipe for disaster. I mean, I don't see you losing, but I do see Brentford potentially getting the point. So for my prediction, it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
Nice. Right. We'll come to Manny. Manny, what do you reckon on this one, mate?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, like it's been mentioned that we did Brentford over at their place. A nice kickabout with the boys, as was succinctly taking the mickey out of Ivan Toney, and rightly so. And, as you've said, Deji, you've nailed it, mate. I mean, Brentford have been a pretty good package this particular season. They've certainly built on the exploits of last season by continuing to play some really, really good football. And they do have some good players in their team, certainly picking off players who I didn't think they would, and I think would actually really fit in beautifully at Arsenal. The Danish midfielder Damsgaard, for instance, England fans will have good reason to remember him because he scored that absolute worldie against us in the semi-finals of the Euro, I believe, and that was a match which went the distance. I think it went to extra time, didn't go to penalties, thank goodness for that. But no, actually, it did go to penalties, if I'm not wrong.
Did it? No, I don't think so. I think we scored a late winner or something.
Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, it was a late winner. I think it was a Harry Kane penalty that won it, and there was controversy over the lasers that were being flashed in the stadium. Yeah. But anyway, coming back to centre, I'm surprised that Damsgaard hasn't been quite influential for Burnley, but I think it's a sign of how well Burnley's players have been playing and the system that they've been applying, that maybe Damsgaard hasn't been required to play that sort of a role for them. And obviously with the likes of Toney and Buemo and a few others in their team, they do have some really big, powerful people. We beat them at their home ground because I think I thought they looked a bit sluggish and they weren't willing to come at us. But as has been mentioned, ever since the Everton game, not only will we be under pressure, but Brentford and Thomas Frank will see a way to try to beat us. They're going to want Frank's going to want to make sure that his midfielders are going to be, snapping at our heels, maybe not double teaming us, but certainly trying to prevent us from getting any sort of a headway. And this is going to be where Odegaard and company will have to pull their socks up and make sure they get back to their usual ways of being very assertive on the ball and making themselves seen and heard. Because if they lose those midfield battles, then we could be in for a really tough game. I'm not going to predict a draw. I still think that we have enough to beat Brentford at home. It could very well be a tight win. And in fact, given that last season we beat them 2-1, I would expect that this time around we should beat them 2-1. But one thing I can say is that if we do have time, Mason, and if we do go to some expected lineups, we should have more than a few changes to that team.
Yeah, I would do a lineup, but obviously I'm only on my phone. Flair ain't here today, so he does normally the lineup, so I won't be able to go into that today. But I do agree. I think there will be changes made, and I think there should be changes made after that lacklustre performance against Everton, I have to say. I wasn't happy. Ollie, what do you reckon, man? Brentford at home?
Yeah, obviously we beat them at their place 3-0. They weren't at the best that day. I think they've probably improved since then, but we're on a good run and we're going to want to bounce back from the Everton game. This is a must-win for us because I think it will give us confidence going into the City game. If we lose this game, we'll probably be, not motivated for the Man City game. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. I don't think it'll be 3-0. I think we'll score 2 goals. I don't see them scoring really. I mean, it could be 2-1 with a Tony goal, I think. So I might do 2-1 or I'm confident with a clean sheet. I'm not sure. But yeah, we do need to win this game. I think, as Manny said, we probably will make a few changes, whether we maybe Jorginho comes in if Partey isn't fit, or Trossard, as you said, might start maybe. But I think he won't make too many changes. I think obviously the defense and goalkeeper won't change, possibly change the midfield. I'm not sure. But yeah, we need to win this game. Don't make too many changes. Don't make it a crap team because we still want to. This game is important. But I don't know whether we could keep a clean sheet or concede. But I'll go 2-1 then because I do feel like Tony might score a goal. I know he didn't really do much in the home fixture they had, but I just feel like he might get a goal. We'll probably get goals from Nketiah and Ødegaard, I think. But I'm confident and hopefully we can get the win.
Yeah, and
totally agree
you
with
say
that.
there's no. I actually would make a couple of changes to the defense.
Yeah.
Tierney and
Oh, right.
Tomiyasu in for Zinchenko and Ben White. I thought Ben White has looked completely poor
No,
these
not
last 2
Zinchenko.
games.
Zinchenko's been all right.
No, the problem with Zinchenko is that, yes, he does add to the transition. He can certainly cut in and strengthen the midfield. But if they get in behind, it's going to be a bit of a problem. And Zinchenko's not really the best defensively. So you want someone like... you want someone like Tierney who can, overlap well, but also be solid enough in defense. And if, especially if Brentford decide to play 3 up front, if we go in with Zinchenko, then we're going to be up a gum tree.
Yeah, sure. I agree. I agree with that, Manny. I think Kieran Tierney should start as well as a fellow Scotsman like myself. I absolutely love the Scottish player, apart from the one fact that he played for Celtic. And
you're a Rangers
side of that
fan,
family are Rangers.
You Rangers, yeah.
It's all religion, so it's not like me and Deji Arsenal Tottenham rivalry like we all have with each other. Arsenal Tottenham banner. It's like proper. You know what I mean?
Mate, thank you, lucky stars that you weren't born in the middle part in the middle of the 20th century, because those derbies then were horrible. At least they're picnics now.
Thank the lucky stars that I've got a family who support Arsenal as well. So
yes,
of course. But yeah, right. On to my prediction. I'm going to actually go for a 3-1 win. I think we will win this.
Yeah,
I think it will be close, but it won't look like that with the scoreline because 3-1 always looks like it's more easy than it is. But I think it will be close. But I think that Trossard will finally get his first goal for Arsenal tomorrow on Saturday. I think that will happen. Yes. I also think Eddie's going to bag one, and I think Bukayo Saka or maybe Martinelli will come on and bag one, just to be like, look, Mikel, I'm here, man. That's what I want. I want competitiveness. I want Trossard to get a goal Saturday, and I want Martinelli to come on and go for it as well. I want Saka. I want all of our players to be on it because we was not on it against Everton, and it was real annoying circumstances that I had to sort of not celebrate. I'll never, ever celebrate Tottenham. Never in my life will I celebrate that shit club. No offense, Deji. I love you. You're my broski and that. You're an absolute legend. You're a broski to me, but fuck your club.
You know, like I said, like we didn't do you guys any favors. We just did what we had to do. I
couldn't believe it. You know what? Harry Kane, I didn't even celebrate. But I will say this. I'm not a league judges. I do celebrate Harry Kane when he's wearing that England shirt. But as soon as he puts that Spurs one on, you're shit. Yeah. The only trophy he can get near is obviously a golden boot. So congratulations, Harry, for beating the all-time Spurs record. Congratulations.
Well done.
Big up Spurs for helping Arsenal, but obviously F yourselves. We've done you guys twice. We're gonna get everyone to shout out their socials now. So as soon as I do a solo layout for Deji, does that work?
Yeah. No, big up everyone. It's been a pleasure to be in. First and foremost, before I give the socials, just to say that I came out and Mace liked the kind of video where I said I'd rather win the Golden Boot than the FA Cup, so let that sink in. The other thing is that, if you guys do not win the league this season. That's a bigger bottle job than you guys not finishing fourth. So
At least we've got a chance, Deji.
You know what I mean? However,
At least we've got a chance.
look, if you want more content from the Arsenal Slayer, I am out here chopping up Arsenal fans left, right, and centre. Then please follow me on Instagram, Deji Spurs, YouTube, Deji Spurs, Twitter, Deji Spurs, and also you can find me on Paxton Road TV and also One Touch TV. I'll be chopping it up. But as for you all you Arsenal fans in the comments and in the panel, just know, if you guys do not deliver after disrespecting the FA Cup in the way that you've done, then the Arsenal Slayer will be right here waiting for you.
May I just add this, Deji? We did not disrespect the FA Cup. Arteta disrespected the FA Cup, not me. I would have loved to get that 15 times. I would have loved it, and I'm sure Manny and Ollie would have as well. All of us Schooners wanted that.
Can you publicly say on this stream that Arteta's treatment of the FA Cup was absolutely disgusting?
I'll even do my own solo thing for you, Deji. Mikel Arteta, your FA Cup treatment was absolute. What did you want me to say, Dej?
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Your FA Cup treatment, the way you treated the FA Cup was absolutely disgusting, Mikel. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Next season, I want to win that so I can rub it in Deji's face. But just get me the Premier League and I'll forgive you. Then we're going to go to Manny. Seems I've soloed that. I hope you enjoyed that, Dej. Manny, shout out all your socials and that's.
Will do. First of all, big up to you, Mason. Thanks a lot for inviting me on, and I'm really sorry for coming a few minutes late. Some breakdown of communication, Chinese whispers, and all that. But it was wonderful to be on. Good to see the Arsenal Slayer come in peace, having both, sickle for now or what have you. And it was good to have a good crack with him, man. Obviously, Jolly Ollie, good to have you as well. And I always like coming on to YouTube to have some really good discussions with people from different teams. There's not so much about being tribal in our support for our own team. It's about respecting each other as rival fans, having proper discussions, and just having some good resolutions, because football is the big uniter, especially with all of the stuff that's going on and terrible things that are going on in the world. We need to know that humanity comes first and foremost. Football's just a game, but football can unite people, and that's what we need to be, uniting forces. And as for YouTube, obviously big up to AFC Talk Show. Mason and Flair have done a wonderful job. Happy to continue being coming on these streams and really having some good talks with these boys. Big up as well to my other avenues on YouTube: Del Boy Gunner TV, S Featley TV, Oris Talks Football, Coach's Corner with Hanno Trollope, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, Up the Cherries in all departments, the Bournemouth Fan Channel, Chelsea Dan, Eugene Spurs Asia TV, Bailey Francis, the new fella, the Aston Villa fan. I've done more than a few with him, and several others. Also, a huge shout out to Huddersfield Town Fan TV with Ryan Mather and his mate Tom.
#Mark out.
Yep. Fotheringham's been sacked, and it's happy days for the Terriers. Just went on there and said a few things, and the boys were happy. And as long as they're happy, I'm happy. And as for socials, catch me on Instagram, Manny Thangatharai 1981. My full name and my year of birth. Twitter, Thangatharai 1981. My surname and my year of birth. Catch me on if you want to have a little crack or a discussion about football or anything you like, and it'll be good to get to talk to you. And apart from that, that's pretty much it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. Don't do anything that the four of us wouldn't do. And for now, I am out.
Absolute legend. Big up yourself, Manny. Last but certainly not least, Ollie, I think you're on the screen now.
Yeah.
Right, shout out your socials, mate.
Yeah, before I shout out my socials, big up everyone. It's great to make my debut, and obviously, hopefully, I can make my second appearance, and then hopefully become a regular soon.
You're always welcome.
Yep. So obviously, big up the host Mason, Flair. Big up yourself as well, who isn't here today, but big up. Big up Deji as well, and obviously Manny for joining in as well. You can catch me on Arrest Talks Football, Here Now, Coach's Corner, Bailey Francis, and a few other channels. As of from my channel, it's down there. DJ Sinclair, I did a stream the other day. I'm not sure when my next stream is. Might be next week, a review of Premier League. Hopefully Arsenal win with that review. I'll be happy and wearing my Arsenal top back again. Just go subscribe there, like some of my videos, watch back my videos for public watch hours. Apart from YouTube, you can find me on other socials such as Instagram, Ollie .Sinclair556, my main account on Instagram. Make sure you go like some of my posts and follow me on there. And if you want to find me, fan page, Aaron_Ramsdale fan page 1. Any other socials, just DM me on Instagram, my main account, and I'll reply. I'm on TikTok and Snapchat, but I don't want to shout out too many socials yet. Big up, everyone. It's good to make my debut as well, and hopefully I can come back again soon. So, yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram as well. So, yeah, big up, guys.
Big up, my guy. Absolute legend. And obviously, you can follow me on MK the Don 14. Obviously, me and Flair, we will be back with special guests next week. There's no outro tune today, guys, because I'm on my iPhone. So, adios from us, and big up your goddamn selves, lads. Cheers for coming on, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Now, hopefully, this will end now.